traders from across the globe. It's so nice to be back in front of my camera. I'm back in America. You know, I've been here for a week or so, but I've been doing my videos in front of my screen. You know, my timing's been a little off on my sleep schedule, so calling David at 2 in the morning isn't going to work out, right, David? So I thought I would get my sleep schedule under control and get David back in to film some of these videos. So welcome back, kids. We're back. This video is being filmed on a Tuesday night for trading, Wednesday, November 5th, 2025. It is our 2,993rd edition of Short-Term Trading Live with Oscar Carboni. One of the first things we're going to talk about in this video, kids, is risk. Put your stops in. Never trade without them. Put the stop in first before you get long or short a position. Here's why. I'm on my 44th year in this business. I know all about stops. I know all about trades. I know all about charts. I know all about stuff, right? That doesn't stop me from having losing days. We had a trade today where the market came down, hit our stop, and dropped 60 more points in the S&P past the stop. God forbid we had no stop in. It would have been a horrendous day. Instead, it was just a normal trading day. We had a trade, it got stopped. Tomorrow we could make it back, no big deal. Had the stop not been in today, it could take a month to get all those losses back on one silly trade. Put your stops in. We lost today in OMNI S&P. It can happen to you, it can happen to anyone. Put your stops in, put them in first. My warning to you, let's go look at the board. What's on the board? Oh, always put my stops in first. That's the first topic on the board. Put your protective stops in first. You know, let's say news came out and I had gotten the OMNIACs long today without the stop. And if news came out and it just kept going, we'd have been suffering that whole down move. Now, if I put the stop in first, news comes out, the sell stop might get hit and actually make us profit by accident. The only other scenario is you put the sell stop in, you put the buy order in, market opens, hits your buy order, hits your sell stop. That's a normal trade. That's what we're looking for. We're not looking for, I've got to get in, the market's close, you get long something and then news comes out and you've got no stop. We're not looking for that opportunity to ever come our way, kids. How do we avoid that? Stops go in first, and then no matter what happens to you, it's a normal day trade. You get knocked out where you should have. If you get nervous and get that order in first to get long or short because it's close without the stop protecting you, what if the news happens the second your finger hits the button? You know what I'm saying? Get those stops in first. Number 2 on the board. Markets have been Powellized. I promise you, I'll show you it on the charts. It's absolute. Powell came out, you know, a month ago he said something stupid like maybe we're a little overpriced and markets paid a little bit, right? Now he came out and said, hey, I'm not telling you we're doing another rate cut because that's not absolute. It's not guaranteed. That's a Powellization. He Powellized us. When you say something like that, now he's not certain if we're going to do a rate hike, a rate lower. He's not sure if he's going to do one, right? Well, why would you say anything at all? If you don't know, you wait for the data to come in and then you find out if you're doing one and then you tell us yes or no. But to say, maybe, maybe not, you just fucked us, dude. Why would you say something so stupid? Now the markets are getting Powellized because you threw a maybe monkey wrench into the business. Why maybe? Maybe funds don't know what to do with maybe. They know what to do with yes, we're lowering, yes, we're raising. Maybe drives funds for the exits, and they have no choice because what if you do something unexpected and their funds get hammered? They're our 401k retirement plans. This guy's a knucklehead for saying things that he's uncertain of, I promise you. We need him to stop yapping. Anyway, so we're getting Powellized, and because of that, I've got OMNI S&P targets. If we keep going on the downside, they'll be posted in tonight's video. Stay tuned. Number 3 on the board, Bitcoin. I'm not clapping for it. Bitcoin's winter weather. Now, I mentioned to you weeks ago that Bitcoin's going into a winter period, right? Let it do its thing. It's going to have to back off. But then come the beginning of next year, when fund managers are allowed to put Bitcoin in your 401k type accounts, I have a feeling that winter weather is going to become spring. So you got to give it some time. It did hit the 126 target. We've been waiting for that for 5 years in crypto, right? In Bitcoin especially. It hit the target. All right, so now it's backing off a little. That does happen after hitting a major target. We call them Bitcoin or crypto winters, when they happen, we see them every couple of years. We get a crypto winter. I promise you spring's coming soon enough. We just got to wait it out. For now, though, it does look terrible. I did kid around in my video last night, if you remember, and I said we're going to pretend we don't see the head and shoulders and the big downward channel in Bitcoin, right? We're gonna do put our blinders on, and we're going to have our bias instead, right? Confirmation bias. Remember me joking in the video last night? I was saying, don't worry, we don't see any of this bearishness in Bitcoin. Well, you saw it today, didn't you? The charts never lie. What else, number 4 on the board? And we're going to clap for this because it's only good for people at this point. Looks like the top call in silver and gold was dead on by OMNI, kids. Now there's more proof for more downside, and you'll see that in this video. Remember when big traders that are known on the internet and known in this business on Wall Street came out weeks early and said the top's in silver and gold, and I came out videos going, don't listen, they're wrong, listen to Uncle Oscar, I'll call the top when it shows up. I think we called it right on the day it happened, kids. And now I've got some great proof in silver and gold that we may actually continue lower. You'll be a judge of that after seeing the chart segment. So what's going to happen? We talked about protective stops. First, I'm going to show you the chart where we traded and why we were glad to put that stop in. What else? I'm going to show you some targets in the OMNI S&P now that we've been Powellized by Powell. And hey, I trade what I see, not what I hope for. The Bitcoin winter weather, you will see that chart, and you will see the reasoning why we've probably got more downside in silver and gold. That's coming next. Traders, I want to thank you for something special. My loyal Omniacs have been doing great with our Omni trading token. Thank you so much. Just fantastic. I showed you a bull flag and the Omni trading token over the last 2 days. You guys came in and bought it up over the flag. We love you guys. You know I'm there helping you and protecting you as well. I created my liquidity pool. I'm slowly moving my liquidity over so it's locked up. That'll help slow down volatility. I am here to help you. You're helping yourselves, and I am here to help you with the Omni trading token. Now, you know, we started it on Pump.Fun, but we graduated so quickly from there. It's on Dex Screener, CoinGecko, CoinMarketCap. It's on others. It's on MEXC. It's on a lot of other exchanges now. So it's becoming more legitimate, and that's because of all of you. Thank you again, OmniX. Yes, I'm here to make sure that I support your efforts, but it's all of you that are doing so well with this Omni token. And I promise you, as I mentioned in last night's video, we started a Twitter account, we started an Instagram account, we've got a TikTok account. You know how against TikTok I've been my whole life. I even submitted to TikTok. We've got a huge campaign going. We just started the liquidity pool. This token's doing great. There's traders all around the world that are getting involved. Make sure you buy your Omni tokens. Omni Trading, it's called. There's only one Omni Trading with my Omni logo. Make sure you get your Omni tokens now while we're building into this advertising campaign, because once it's launched, you'll wish you were in. And I'm allowed to tell you this before we do it because it's not a stock. How cool is that? Right now, I'd be going like this, uh-oh, time for the clinkers, here they come. But I'm allowed to tell you things that we're gonna do before we do them. Why? Because there are no rules, baby. So I am letting you know we are going on a huge advertising campaign. We're already starting to ramp that up. And we're creating that liquidity pool, and all of this is going to help push up the Omni token, so make sure you long that token, okay? And I do a lot of, by the way, I'm doing a lot of streaming now on Pump.Fun, so you'll find me streaming there as well as in my live trading room. And I want to show you some great charts now on the Omni coin, on Bitcoin, on silver and gold, and maybe we'll take a look at, of course, the indices. You know we're going to look at them, right? Let's go look at some great charts, kids. Before we do that, do this exercise with me. You know what it is. It helps us keep our emotions at bay. Then after that, we'll look at the charts. Are you with me? 1, 2, 3. Stops are in. Emotions are out. Rock and roll, traders. Now let's go look at some charts. Traders, the E-mini S&P daily bar chart. How do we know we've been Powellized? Well, here's the day Jerome made the statement. That's the day Jerome made the statement. What have we done since? Went down, filled the gap, and now the gap would have been filled here. We're here. Just exploded to the downside. Why? There's a monkey wrench thrown at us. It's real. It's a fundamental. And you know, when Powell says such big words like maybe no rate lowering coming next meeting, the markets have to respond just the same way they respond when he talks about doing rate cuts. They respond to the upside. Well, he talked about not doing one, and you're getting the response. Targets, if we continue lower. Short-term targets are 67.45. Then you got a 66.75 to 66.60 area, that whole area, 15 points. And then 66.39 ultimately should be the bottom of that move. Now, don't get nervous. Just place your stops first and trade what you see. We know how to buy and sell. All right, so we've been buyers on the way up. If it wants us to sell for a while, let's look at another chart. NASDAQ. The gap's filled in NASDAQ. Another one that raced down, filled its gap, and has been Powellized since that day. Now, interesting that we were just breaking out of the channel when Powell spoke. What a shame that he put an end to that little party we were going into, huh? So, NASDAQ filled the gap, and here's why you shouldn't get nervous. Which you'll see as this goes along. Russell. Now, Russell was going in a really nice channel, went a little sideways, Powellized. Uh-oh, Jerome said a bad thing again. If you remember, he said a bad thing here, too. That didn't work out so well for us. And he said something else right here. Of course, this time, instead of saying maybe we're overpriced, this time he said maybe we won't do any more rate lowers. All right, well, that gave us this. Interesting that it hits this average. I'd like to see it stop there, but I don't know that that's what's going to happen. So those are the dailies, right? Here's why you shouldn't get nervous. Look at the weekly. Does that look like a scary chart compared to the other ones, right? Doesn't that calm everybody down? That's the weekly NASDAQ. So it went and filled its gap. It left a little gap. It came down and filled it. No big deal in the weekly. Don't let a little bit of a jiggle make you nervous. We're very, very high priced in our markets, right? Because that's what happens as markets grow. So the swings, when you grow this high, the swings become bigger. But that doesn't mean the market ends just because the swings are getting more volatile, right? So when you're a cheaper priced market, the swings are smaller. Then as you go up, the swings start getting bigger, right? Now they're getting bigger. And so, all right, these things happen as a market grows. Don't let it make you nervous. So far, there's no reason to really be nervous about the markets themselves looking at a weekly like that. E-mini S&P weekly, the last one you seen was NASDAQ. Does that make you look nervous when you look at that? That stops the nervousness as well, right? We were in a beautiful channel, so maybe you'll get to the bottom of the channel. So what? There's even a nice average inside that channel. It rides straight up the channel. Look, it's right here. Right? It rides straight up the channel. All right, maybe we pull back that far. It's not so scary. It'll get scary if we start to break this and we start to move down, and we'll talk about getting scared. Right now, it's just having play inside of a channel. Don't get too nervous, kids. We know how to sell short, but we're going to be quick to get out. And then, let's keep looking. Now you've got Bitcoin. Do you remember I was kidding around yesterday and I said confirmation bias? We're going to close our eyes and pretend we have that. Why? Because I buy dips in Bitcoin and I never get out, right? Because I'm buying for long term. So I was kidding around and going, okay, we don't see the shoulder, we don't see the head, we don't see that shoulder. We don't see this channel pointing down the whole way. We're just going to pretend all we see is the average and it looks bullish. And I said, you know, I'm kidding about that. It does look bearish. Well, we won't talk about it, but yes, that looks bearish. This is where we were when I mentioned that to you. And I said, of course, we know it's there. See the head and shoulders? This is what happened in the next day. How about that? Since I showed you that video, this is what happened, and here we are now. Is that not good analysis? All right. So you've seen the Bitcoin, and of course, because I like buying dips, I'll be getting myself more long down here. I'm not getting out. If I'm wrong, we'll find out in the 70s. You know what I'm saying? We'll see what happens down there. All right. So you saw the head and shoulders that did make this thing crack. Now I want to show you something interesting. Remember I made the call and I said, listen, people are calling the top in silver and gold down here. And I came out with videos, video after video while I was in Australia and said, don't listen. They don't have it timed right. And we got up here and I literally came out with videos and said, now we can call top. Well, look what's happened since. Boom, boom. By the way, in last night's video, I asked you to vote. Is silver going up or down? 90% of you said down. You're very wise. You're paying attention. Some of you, maybe 10%, but I don't know if there was a whole 100%. There might have been a couple of in-betweens, but we'll just call it 10 and 90. There might have been a few that were uncertain. But we'll say 10% of you said it was going up, and those are the ones who are long the market and don't want to look at the chart like I was kidding around with Bitcoin. Because if you looked at this chart, you wouldn't want to really be long that. Now, let me show you what else there is. Remember the head and shoulders in Bitcoin? Well, take a look at what we have in silver now. The top call came in, and we've got a left shoulder, a head, a right shoulder, and we should do what Bitcoin did. You saw what that head and shoulders did to Bitcoin, right? And you saw that, you see, if you can't see that we broke out of this channel, it's no longer a valid channel. We're down below it. Head and shoulders projections are for lower. So I think our top call was dead on because now we're getting confirmation. Look at gold. It is no different. Slightly lopsided, but remember, this is a fine art, not a science. You got left shoulder, head, right shoulder, and gold is already out of that shoulder and heading down. I've got a red Omni in both silver and gold for trading on Wednesday. So that's doing its thing. And then there is this. Traders, I got to give you a round of applause for helping me out with this. You guys are the best. The Omni trading token, this is our daily, since its inception, has done quite well. Right, had this one bar where it was a friend of mine who actually called me to say, Oscar, I'm so sorry, I made a mistake, and he got right back in. Barring that, we've had a nice bull flag build up. And right about here, I showed you the bull flag, and you guys came in, and here's where we sit right now. Congratulations, very wise on buying it above there. Now, this is not tied to Bitcoin. It's not tied to the economy. It's tied to our OMNIAC community. And our OMNIAC community can do whatever we want with our coins. So far, so good, kids. You know you've got my backing there as well. Omni Trading token is in a bull flag. You can go get that at Pump.Fun, Dex Screener, CoinGecko, CoinMarketCap, MEXC. Look around for it. Omni Trading is its symbol. Make sure you get in before all the big advertising hits the press, kids. Thank you all for what you do. I will see you all at livewithoscar.com.